Council golf courses. Cheap, accessible, unrefined, a safe haven for casual players, and dogs. But are they a good golf experience? What would an average player score around a golf course like this? And are they beginner friendly? Today we find out. I've come to the City of Wakefield golf course. This is a par 72 track that's 6,034 yards long with a slope rating of 119. So whilst this is definitely rated as an easier course, the current baked out conditions of golf courses in the UK might change this up a little. I'm currently playing off a handicap of 9 with the short game of someone who has never played the sport before. So drop your score predictions in the comments below and let's head over to the first tee.
So the first hole at the City of Wakefield is a 314 yard par 4, stroke index 8. It's a really easy one to get you off the mark, dead straight. The ground is absolutely baked out, so I shouldn't need anything more than a 5-iron here. Just try and keep it in play. Not the best start. Right, 157 left. Usually I would take driver on this hole, but it's so baked out that I just thought pump an iron down here, but instead I pumped an iron in the trees. So now I've got to punch this all the way to the green. So I think I'm not going to have to swing too hard at this 5-iron and it probably will get pretty close. Well, I couldn't have hit it any better. I think we've still rolled through the green. I don't know if Dan managed to get that on the zoom, but it was a good shot. So a really good punch out the trees. But I think these council courses, particularly when they're in condition like this, obviously their budgets are not very high. They present a different challenge because it's so unrefined that you have to be good at predicting the hard to predict, I think. So I got wind behind me, putting off the green. It's a birdie start, boys. Come on. Who'd have thought that when I pumped my tee shot into the trees? What a start. The second hole is a par 5, 524 yards. It's stroke index 14. He dog legs round to the left. You just got to really navigate these first few bunkers and trees, and then you've got a long shot down the hill that leads you to the green. It's not a particularly difficult hole, this, but if you pump that second shot left into the trees, it does get messy. So the trick here is just to be patient and not try and get to the green in 2. Although, with it being as dry as it is, who knows today, we might give it a good go. So driver off the tee. Yeah, that's about as good as I can do today, I reckon. So 291 yards left after that drive, but this is where you can easily mess up this hole. If I go too far left here, I'm going to be in some not very pleasant trees. So it's definitely better to stick on the right hand side and not chase this hole. So I'm going to take 6-iron. I think if I can get it over the brow of this hill, it'll run down somewhere close and then we can try and chip it on, maybe make another bird. Caught it a good bit thin, but better than catching them fat. 45 yards left. If anybody's got any tips for playing this sort of shot in the UK at the minute, please get in the comments and let me know. But again, I know I've been whittling on about it, the ground is dry. It's really dry around the green. I've got a 45 yard touchy-feely shot. These greens are not going to grab if I hit a decent wedge shot. And also, it's so tight, the lie here, that I'm probably not going to hit a decent wedge shot. So I'm just going to try and bump it up there. Hopefully get close, but main aim, get on the green. Thought I'd played that well, and I've got about 50 foot putt now. I'm not going to worry too much about line here. I'm just going to aim more or less straight at the pin. It's more about getting the pace right with things like this. These greens don't really undulate too much. which I've about done, I would say. Broke a little right on me at the end, which I didn't see. Good par though. Keeps me 1 under through 2, which I think is an unprecedented score for me at City of Wakefield. Hole 3 is probably the longest par 3 at City of Wakefield. It's 175 yards, it says on the board. I've just zapped it at 179 though, so it's playing a little bit longer. Pins at the back, uphill as well, and it's tucked behind a bunker. So it's a tough shot, this one. With the roll, I think I'll use a 7-iron. It's another thing that might get lucky. Well, when it's your day, it's your day. And I've started pretty lucky. The joys of winter golf. We're not far away now. Soon you won't be able to find your balls in the leaves. And you'll be wondering why you're playing golf at all. Underhit that one. That is the slackest bogey you'll see. Takes us back to level. Hopefully that's the only 3 whack we'll see today. Hole 4 is a 313 yard par 4, stroke index 16 I think this one. The trouble with this one, it's not a particularly long hole, is just getting over these trees in the centre of the fairway. As long as you're past them and not blocked out by the trees on the right, you should be absolutely fine. So driver should get me over the trees. It might put me in the rough at the back, but that's a risk I'm willing to take. I just need to be past them trees. Yeah, that might be the best driver I hit all day. It peeled round the corner beautifully. Right, this drive was even better than I thought it would be. I've never been this close to the green. But this is where it gets fiddly. I've got a sand wedge and I am trying to get this close. Oh, yes, says the Churchill dog. We'll take that one. So my tactic of just thinking that the brakes are pretty straight undid me last time. So I'm hoping that this one breaks a little bit. And he was right. And we go back to 1 under, chaps. If only I could put like a competent person, I'd be 2 under right now. Hole 5 is a 500 yard par 5, it's stroke index 6 this. It's fairly straight, it's a little bit of a left bend off the tee, but nothing too taxing. No water or anything, few bunkers. It's usually an undramatic hole, this one. I'm hoping that's not run too far, but it should be absolutely fine if it's before the trees. Unfortunately, this ball's just rolled a little too far. I can just see round the corner, but I can't see the green. So I'm gonna have to keep the ball low, punch it under these overhanging branches and just give myself a shot into the green if I can. So it's another low 5-iron, similar to what I did on the first. I didn't mean for it to come out that low. That's going to make for a tricky approach. I've got 182 yards left, and this is my predicament now because I'm not holding the green from here with it being this dry, and there's a ditch before, so I can't run it up. So I actually think I've probably got to literally just play a 50-degree wedge to the end of here, flick it on, and go from there. Like, you've just got to play the conditions. The mistake there was not that shot I've just played, it was that one under the trees. 60 yards remaining, so now hopefully I can get this close with a sand wedge and maybe make a par this way. All I know is I definitely wasn't doing it the other way. Go ball. Oh, he was so close to being very good. So trying to be clever, and I've kind of messed this up now. Be a very unlikely par if I hole this. Wow. All of a sudden, double is staring me square in the eyes. Not to be. And unfortunately, when you're playing courses like this, you've got to take the rough with the smooth, because some greens are going to be quicker than others. Some greens are going to be in better condition than others. It's all part and parcel of playing a course like this. So see it as good practice. Don't get too upset. Yes, it's a double, but we move on. Hole 6, 314 yards this one. Not sure on the stroke index. Sloppy double, looking to recover it on this hole. It's a dead straight par 4. You just got to get to the top of the hill and then it goes down to the green. Hopefully I can up my game on the greens, because it's let me down a little at the moment. Go ball. Yeah, that was on a pretty good line. It's bounced over the top, so we should be somewhere near. Wedge in. Right, good drive. 74 yards left. Big bunker on the left. Hoping this green's going to be more like the ones we've played. That other one outfoxed me a little bit. Sand wedge it is. Bounce right. Yeah, good shot. Happy with that. Maybe we can get one of those shots back that we just lost. Right, putt for bird. Hopefully get a shot back here. Yes, great putt. Don't know if I've ever made this many birdies through 6 or 7 holes, but we're going well. Just need to tidy up the bogeys and we'll be off for a cracking score. Hole 7 is the next par 3. The board says 143 yards and stroke index 18. I will tell you for free, this is not stroke index 18. It's tough, is this? Particularly when it's dry. I've zapped it at 149 today, but it sort of goes uphill and then downhill to the green, and you don't want to miss left or right because it's very tricky. So I've got a pitching wedge. I'm going to try hit it just to the left of the pin. Hopefully it bounces onto the green, and we're golden. That needs a bounce right. And it looked like it got one. If this is on the green, I reckon that might be like the 3rd time ever I've hit the green on this course. Out of a lot of attempts. So not quite hitting the green, just in the fringe, but I'll take this all day. It's very easy to end up in this bunker, or if Dan pans behind him, if you go too far left, you ain't making par from over there, let me tell you. But another look at birdie, so let's give it a roll. Oh, he gave it a really good roll. But I honestly don't make par on this hole too often, so I will never be aggrieved with that one. Hole 8 is a 305 yard par 4, stroke index 12. Ordinarily this would be a really gettable one, but driver's definitely going to go too far into the trees at the back there, and the green's just sort of round the corner to the left, so hopefully a 5-iron gets me over this little ditch and leaves me a little wedge shot into the green, hopefully. This conifer on the left usually gives me a bit of hassle. Let's hope I miss it. Stay out of the trees. Stay out. Oh, it's speeding up. These conditions are mad. Honestly, you just don't know what to expect at any point, do you? I sort of semi-chunked that 5-iron and I bet it's gone 250 yards. Right, I've got 59 yards left, but we're just starting to feel a little bit of rain, unbelievably. August in the UK, can you believe it? It's tragic, isn't it? Makes you want to cry. Anyway, sand wedge in hand. Pin's right at the front again. Greenkeeper having a nightmare today. I'm hoping that bounces. Not that way. That was dreadful. Tried to guess where it was going to bounce and totally messed it up. Right, I'm a couple of yards away from the green, but I'm still going to putt it, just because I don't want to overdo the chip. Oh, it needs to hit the flag. Oh, he's absolutely whacked it. If you're new to the channel, you don't have to be particularly good at golf to already understand that I need to get better at putting quickly. I hammered that one as well. Oh well. You win some, you lose some. We're coming off with a par. Not so sure I deserved it after that first putt, mind. Hole 9 then, this is a 388 yard par 4, stroke index 2. It is tough, this one. It bends round to the right off the tee, and then you've got a little bit of a ditch to carry before you get to the green. So a tee shot can be difficult. You've kind of got to pump it straight and hope that it bends right a little bit for you and then leaves you a shot in. I'm going to guess 2 iron for this one. I think driver could be too much. It was a pretty good connection. It was moving right. It could be moving slightly too far right, is my concern. Let's go find it. We've found the ball. Dan's just said that's pretty bad. I think that's an understatement. How has it even got there? Fun and games. Right, so I'm just going to try and chop this out with a gap wedge. Sit. Sit. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. It's out and playable, and I didn't get stung. Right, I've got about 106 yards left now, so it's a good sand wedge number, this. To be honest, again, from this sort of distance, I'm just looking to get it on the green, maybe 2 foot for a bogey. Tough all this. I don't need to chase par. Go ball. Go ball. No, don't go in there. Trick shot. I was thinking whether I should chip this after my antics on the last hole, but I'm determined to get the putter working a little bit better. Yeah, much better. Stress-free 2 putt is exactly what I needed there. Stroke index 2 was not a scoring hole, really. So coming off with a bogey is a pretty good score. Keeps the round intact. Hole 10 then, this is a 276 yard par 4, stroke index 15. Driver could be a little bit too much here, who knows, it's very dry. I don't know if I've mentioned. But it's, yeah, you can get it pretty close to this green sometimes. The line is the house you can see just in the background there. But anywhere but right really to miss. So let's see what we've got in the tank. Well, that was not a good drive. I'm going to be playing down the wrong fairway at this rate. So 115 yards left. Disappointing drive really, because I would have liked to have been up near the green after the drive, but that drive was rubbish. Let's see if we can recover it with this gap wedge. Just pushed it right a bit. Yeah, it might be back right corner. Bit of a push. Not really sure how, but it's ended up in this rubbish back here. It looked a good shot from down there, but we're chipping back on. And we're chipping again. That was a lazy chip, real lazy chip. Oh, sit ball. I'm now looking at this to evade a double bogey on a hole that you would very much identify as a potential birdie chance, which is a shame. Shows that a lapse in concentration anywhere can cost you. Good putt that. Saves the bogey, which given how the hole went, it's not a bad score, and keeps us trending well, to be honest. Hole 11, this is a big boy on this course. It's 558 yards, this one. Stroke index 1, it's a par 5. It's not really that eventful, it's just long and somewhat narrow, to be honest, with a ditch probably, I think it's about 350, 400 yards down there, which makes the approach shot a little bit difficult. Oh, that was hit really well, but it like bounced off the tree. Did you see that? That's a shame. I won't be that far down there now, I don't think. So I've still got 354 yards left after the tee shot. So even though it bounced off a tree, it's not done too bad, to be honest. But it's the ditch that's causing me a headache now. I'm just going to try and lay up to it. I think a 6-iron should keep me short. That's what I'm hoping. Let's find out. Now you could roll a bit, ball, but please don't go too far. Yeah, that looked a good layup. So after the layup, I've got 179 yards left. It's a long approach shot into this green. It's just a tricky hole, to be honest. It's why it's stroke index 1. So I've got 7-iron, hoping this is going to run up close. Again, setting expectations. If I come off with a bogey on stroke index 1, I'm not mad. Needs a bounce left, does that? No, it's not really got there. Which is good, to be honest, because it wasn't on a good line. Right, so I came up short with the 7. Let's see if we can chip better than the last hole. Oh, sit. I honestly didn't even blade that. It just ran forever. So I've taken a little bit more loft. Straight under the ball. There's that many leaves on this green that I'm not even going to bother cleaning them up. I'm just going to put. Average. Average, he's left himself a right tester for double. Please go in, ball. No words. Beaten up by stroke index 1. Right then, on to hole 12. This is a 252 yard par 4, stroke index 17, so a bit of reprieve after getting my ass whooped on the last one. Hoping for a good one. I can drive the green on this, but I said that about hole 10, and look how that worked out. Too far right, I think. It's up in that bunker, innit? So close. In the green side bunker then. I've got 56 in my hand, just trying to fly it probably middle of the green. Hopefully it rolls up to the pin. Wow. This is like being in a sandpit. I did not hit that hard enough. 2 putts for par. One thing I have to say I've been impressed with at this place is, yeah, the greens are not elite or anything, but they're pretty good. Yeah, if you hit a good putt, you've got a pretty good chance of making it. Like, even from this range, I don't feel like I'm getting the look of the bobble. I feel like there's a chance of making it. No, there isn't. But you can see it rolls pretty well, even if it is a little chewed up in places. Good par. Tidy putting. It's getting there-ish. Let's see if we can not make any more bogeys. That's the challenge. Hole 13, this is a 431 yard par 4, stroke index 3. This is definitely the hardest hole we've got left of the round. It's sort of a slight dogleg round to the left off the tee box. The tee box is tucked in his back corner as well, so it makes it a little bit more difficult. So I've got driver. If I hit this even slightly right, we could find ourselves in trouble. So I need a good straight line on this tee shot. It's fading just a little bit. Please sit down. Oh yeah, that should be fine. Plenty of room for that to roll out to the right hand side there. Should hopefully still have a line into the green. Right, I've got 129 yards left, so cracking drive. Wind is actually pushing down the fairway though, so I've only got a gap wedge here. Pin's at the front. How often has a pin been at the front today? So many times. Not easy pin positions these, given the conditions. That's missed left side. I don't know if it's got to the bunker, but it was pulled. Tricky stance on this. I don't know if Dan can show you on the camera, but all right, so back in the sand. See if we can get a bit closer this time. Nope, he cannot. So needing to chip in to keep the bogies off the card then. That notion didn't last very long. Not a terrible effort. Relying on the flat stick again. Come on. Oh, it didn't turn. Oh, I know it was a tough hole, but I do feel like I've made a bit of a meal of that one, unfortunately. Hole 14, 337 yard par 4, stroke index 9. It's fairly straight, this one, with a little bit of a turn up towards the right at the top of the hole. Really, what you're trying to do here is just stay out of the trees. Stay in. Stay in. New. It's going to be not great. Up the right hand side, making par from there could be tricky. Right, I don't really have much of a shot unfortunately, so it's just a punch out. That should be fine. Sometimes you just got to take your medicine. Right then, just a flick into the green, probably got about 50 yards here. Sand wedge it is. So rubbish. Lost the confidence I was playing with at the start of this round. It's gone. Right, so unfortunately making a meal of this. Big time. Challenged myself to not make a bogey, and I'm not going to make anything but bogeys here. So another knife to chip. Need some practice on that. Again, just look at what I'm putting through here. This is going to be a roller coaster. I actually came through it pretty well. Not a bad line. In for yet another double. What is going on? Hole 15 is a 335 yard par 4, stroke index 11. It's very straight, this hole. The tough thing about this one is the trees probably about 200 yards down are set up like goalposts almost. There's a really narrow gap framing the green, so threading these trees can be pretty difficult, but the reward for doing so is pretty big. So let's give it a go. Keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. Wow, it just caught the trees and is bouncing through now. That'd have been a long way down there, I think, had it not caught the trees, but not to be. So I've drive caught the trees, but still only got 96 left in, so not a terrible result. So flicking with the sand wedge, let's see how good the touch is. Oh, that's so short, it's unreal. He says. How on earth has that ball got that close? Hey dear, make it make sense. Right, look at birdie then. Although not a close one. Aye, aye, aye. Good putt for a change. Easy par. But I think to break 80, we're going to need a couple of birdies coming in. Hole 16, this is a 355 yard par 4, stroke index 5. It plays uphill this hole and a little bit round to the left, so it's tough. It plays longer than it says on the board, but in this weather it's probably about the same. So good drive, threading these trees would leave us in a good position. I'll get through. Yeah, it has done. It's done all right as that. For what was a terrible drive, it's done pretty well for us. Right, 131 left. I'm just in this left rough, but I've got a nice look at the pin. It's uphill slightly. I think with the extra roll, I think pitching wedge should probably get me there. That's what I'm hoping. Oh, I'm thinning everything. Stay out of that bunker for me. Okay, don't bother then. Back in the sand. Right, back in the sand. I've got 60 because there's quite a lip here. I mean, I'm sure sand wedge would be plenty, but it just doesn't need to travel that far. I think if I get over this lip, I could be pretty good. I do need to get this popped up though this time. And sit. Yeah, not bad. Much better than it has been. Right then, an up and down from a bunker would be very nice. Let's see if we can do it. Oh, lovely scenes. Scrambling from a bunker. That saves the par. 2 holes left to go. Come on, let's par them both. Right, hole 17. This is playing 146 yards down the hill, but adjusted, it's about 137. So I've got 9-9. Basically just needs to get it over that front bunker, and hopefully we'll be in a good place. Has it got the legs? Not sure. I saw it disappear. It was either in the bunker or just past it. Right, so we hit the green. This one's actually a little bit soggy, so it's not rolled on. I think I must have caught the back end of that and it's rolled down. So it's a shame it didn't get more of a speed boost. Oh, I don't know if it had continued, it might have missed on the right hand side, but what an effort. Good par. Now I think if my maths are correct, which they're usually not, I need an eagle to break 80. Hole 18. This is a 373 yard par 4, stroke index 7. It sort of doglegs round to the right and runs down to the green. It's got a bunker, I think, at the front right corner of it. But the tee shot's the trickiest one, because if you go too far right, you're going to be blocked out and in the trees. So staying further left than you think you need to is definitely the play here. Come on, good drive. Hit a good drive, lad. It's a belter, I think. Bounce right. Yeah, that could be really good. It looks a deceptively bad line on this hole, but I think that's where you want to be. Right, 133 yards left. We're a little bit more left-sided than I would have liked. The tree's just slightly blocking me out. So I'm hoping if I start it right at the pin, the wind's going to bring it back for me. 133, I've got a gap wedge. I'm thinking it's going to bounce a lot. It's a bit downhill. This is looking pretty good. My word, what did that land in? Do you see that land? You can't legislate for that, unfortunately. Camman Dan's just telling me I need to channel my inner Dan Grieve to finish under 80. I've got a funny feeling that my maths is probably wrong and that ship's probably sailed, but let's give it a go. Not amazing, not hideous. So difficult to judge those chips. So to finish with the run of pars, I think this is 4, which would be good. On a course that's not the easiest to play, given the time of year, I'd be pretty pleased. Oh, it didn't turn. It wasn't to be. It's a bogey to finish. And I think that's about an 81 and 82, something like that, which on a course that's playing as tough as this at the minute, I'm not too upset with playing off 9. But what did you think? If this is your first time seeing a council course, was it what you expected? Because to be honest, I've done this place a bit of an injustice. In the summer, at the start of summer, this place can be in really good condition. Over winter, you know, you don't expect these places to hold up too well. They don't really have the funding for temporary greens and things like that, so they do get a bit chewed up. And obviously that affects the following summer. So I don't think these places do too bad at all, actually, given the price. And like I've said before, if you're new to golf, definitely come and check your local one out, wherever you are in the UK. I'm sure it's much better than going to like these little par 3s that tend to get chewed up pretty quickly. This is a proper round of golf, and you'll you'll start to develop your skills a bit more, but then don't get too downbeat if it beats you up a bit, because honestly, you'll go to a better course and chipping off around the edge of the greens and things, it gets much easier when you go to somewhere with a little bit more money to spend on its maintenance and things like that. But it's a great place to start. Hope you've enjoyed. Let me know what you think as always down in the comments, and I will see you in the next one.